because it means hats, it means t-shirts, it means all kinds of things that you can decorate yourself with, and of course go out for green beer on the 17th. So I thought I would put a little project together that everybody could make quite easily, and it's called our St. Patrick's Day Sublimation t-shirt. Now that t-shirt, of course, is going to have a lot of supplies that are going to go with it, because you want t-shirts with light colors. So the light green, because dark colors don't tend to show designs out that well. And of course, if you're printing with sublimation, you are going to find that white doesn't print anyway, so it's really tough to do something in sublimation that includes something white. So you're going to need some sublimation paper, a sublimation printer. Now I have an ET, an Epson ET 2800. It has an echo tank in it, and it was pretty inexpensive. And then I bought the Hippo refillable sublimation inks. It works just perfectly with just that. So for under $150, I got everything I could possibly need that'll last me a very long time. And of course for this you're going to need the template from Bette's Makes, and I will fill you in on that in just a little while. I will put it in the description right underneath this video. You need a heat press of some sort. You can use anything that you want as long as it will handle a really high temperature for around 40 seconds. And of course I want you to have some parchment paper, and that's going to protect your heat press and the paper you're working on. And then a Cricut heat guide is a good idea, but your sublimation paper will also bring something for you that makes it a lot easier. It's usually on the back of the package, the heat and the length of time that you want to go there. And we'll talk a little bit about the type of t-shirts that we are going to go for. So I'm going to head over into Design Space now, and I want you to upload your template. And I'll just go to my uploads button here. I already have mine uploaded. Whoop. Let's go back to Canvas here. Back to upload. Sorry, I meant to click view all. I have two files here, and this one's called 4 and this one is called 11, and I'm sorry that that's what they're called, but that's what it ended up with. I'm going to add both of these to the canvas. Now make sure you have both of these. These designs were from, I do believe, a Creative Fabrica or Vecteezy, so you can go grab them there for yourself. I have a membership, so these are free for me to use, and you can grab your membership there as well. But I am providing them for you in our resource library, which is free.creativecraftersclub.com, so you can grab yours there. This is likely going to happen to you as well, so I don't want you to panic about it. I want you to click on Canvas up here, and you'll see it comes back to this. Now you could click cancel, but if you click on the uploads button once again, it's going to bring you right back to the canvas. Now you see 4 and 11 have you know, they're fairly large. So let's see what the size of this one, and this is the width of 22, and the other, and the height is 14. This one, the width is almost 22 and a height of almost 19. Now that's okay, except it's not going to give me the sizing that I need. So I need a way to figure out the sizing, and these are going on t-shirts. So I'm going to click on templates here, and I could do just a plain t-shirt here. I don't like the button down ones. Let's go for scoop neck here. That's a maternity one. I really don't want that one, but let's see if we've got a scoop neck. Here's a wide neck t-shirt. Let's just grab that one. Actually, no, there's a V-neck here. Let's grab that one. Now that is a template, and it gives you the idea of how big these guys can be to fit within the template. Now your template here, if you'll notice, it goes from 4 inches to 20 inches in the center, so 4 from 20, you know, you've got 16 inches across. Well, we know those are going to be too big. So what I'm going to do is just drag this to the approximate place I want it, and I'm just going to make it small enough that it's going to fit exactly where I want. Now I'm going to check my dimensions. It's 10.772, so I'm okay with this one because my maximum width or height is going to be 11.5. Unless you're using a longer mat, then you can go 11.5 to 23.5, but I just want this in the middle, so that one looks fine. I'm just going to set it off to the side, and I'm going to grab this one, and I'm just going to bring it down, and I figure shenanigans, yeah, I'm going to fit in there, but I'm going to check my size here. Now those both look good, so those are the sizes we are going to use. Now don't worry about the V-neck t-shirt template here. It does not print or anything. You will see off to the side here, the only things you see here, and I'm just going to change this to shenanigans, and this one I'm just going to rename this one. There we go. I'm going to just name it Nomies. Now I'm pretty well ready to go. Now you're probably saying, well, what if I don't have a sublimation printer? What you can do with these guys, of course, is you can buy the transfer paper for light t-shirts. You can get that at Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or I think Joann's even sells it. It's a transfer paper. It's not sublimation paper, but it's a transfer paper, and you can actually print those on there and then iron them onto your t-shirt, but it's going to give you something a little bit different. It probably won't be as vibrant. Now, while we're sitting here, I just want to talk a little bit about t-shirts. Things that are full cotton, you are not going to get the vibrant colors. But if you get a t-shirt such as the ones that Cricut sells, the colors are going to be more vibrant because of the polyester part of the sublimation that you're going to be doing. That polyester count really brings out the colors, and when we go over to the demo desk, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. Now, what happened to my little guys here? There they are. I want the front and the back. That's okay. Let's go over to make it. I'm not going to save mine because the image is too large. Okay. So this because it wants it print then cut. Now it's saying that they're too large, but I have a way around it. If you're not going to use print then cut, what you can do with these is actually pre-print them, and things like Microsoft has a draw type program that you can use that you can print it ahead of time. If not, you're just going to have to change your width here to, and I do believe it's 9.75 you are allowed, and maybe it's 9.25. Let's go 25 here. And it looks like that is fine, and I'm going to do the same for this one. It's telling me it's too large. So if I went 9.25 here, it's still telling me it's a bit large because it's too large for here. So I'm going to go 6.75, and now it seems to be fine. Now that's just bringing it off the Cricut. If you want them larger, you're going to print them separately on a different printer. Printer program. You can use Inkscape if you want. That's a free program, and just print it on your sublimation printer from there, or you can just make them smaller, and they're not bad small here as either. So I'm going to click over to make it. I'm not going to save mine because I already have it saved. Now it's going to print these this way, but don't forget it's going on a t-shirt and it goes in backwards. You want to mirror your design, and if I look at the second one, it doesn't matter if I mirror this one, but just get into the habit of making it a mirror when you go ahead. Now I'm going to continue here, but I have to make sure my Cricut is turned on. Because this is sublimation ink and a sublimation printer I am going to use, I have to make sure I have my printer all ready to go, If you're going onto the heat transfer paper that you can use with this, then you'll have to do the same thing. Make sure you have the paper loaded into your machine. It is a special paper in either case. So these are looking really cool. Okay, I'm going to click on continue. And I'm going to say I've already printed this. And it's just waiting for my machine to appear here. Now, because this is sublimation printer, I'm going to push this to a copy paper around 32-pound bond, or you can go light cardstock, and it should cut the way you want it, and it should be good to go with that. So go ahead and cut that all out, and then I'm going to show you a couple of things when we get over to the demo table. So it'll take you a few minutes, so you might want to pause this video. All right, over here at the demo table, as you can see, I have printed this out on my sublimation printer. Now it looks kind of odd. You see some little lines in between, but they don't really have an effect. It's all backwards. As you can see, shenanigans. If I showed it this way, you could probably see it through here going the right way because it goes down on your t-shirt with the heat press. Now let me talk a little bit about the heat press, because sublimation paper generally wants around 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 seconds. And depending on the material you're going to use, if you're using the Cricut heat guide, I think it suggests 315 degrees and 30 seconds. Now you could try either one, but I know I'm using my sublimation paper, but I just want to show you a couple of things when it comes to the shirts. So let's put this aside. This one is a shirt that I got at Michael's. It's that Gillen type shirt, and I think it is a Gildan shirt, so it's a heavy cotton. Now I wanted to do a couple of examples. So this one, you'll see it's yellowed a bit, and that'll come out in the wash when we're finished with it. Get a little bit of dirt on there. And you'll see the design came out just fine the way we wanted it. I did this at 400 degrees and of course for 40 seconds, so it might have been a little much. It's a little yellowed, but that will come out in the wash. You see, you get a nice design and it looks okay. Now, this shirt, of course, is a Cricut shirt, and I got an extra large one. This is one with the Cricut that has a lot of polyester in it. And of course, look at the difference in how it comes out between the cotton and the polyester shirt. The colors are far more vibrant with the polyester because the chemical reaction works extremely well. You do see the little lines in here, but that's fine. That's all part of the design. It's only on the green and it looks perfect. So if I were you, I would make sure you got a high polyester count when you go to iron these on. And cotton works, but you'll notice that it's not as sharp or as clear in the cotton, but you can do it that way. If you're not planning on keeping the shirts for very long, the cheaper cotton shirt definitely works. But if you're going to wear it time and time again and want to keep it for a few years, I would go with the high polyester count, and you can buy those directly from Cricut. So I hope you had a lot of fun with this, and happy St. Patrick's Day.